Hey everyone, and welcome back to Maya Conscious Living. I am Gabrielle, founder of Maya Conscious Living, and today I want to introduce a new series that will be starting. And this series is another meditation series, but it is specifically the meditations that come from the Tantric path. And within this path, in the sacred text of Tantra, the Vigyan Bhairava, which, if I'm pronouncing that wrong, my apologies. But within this text, there are 112 meditations outlined within the conversation that happens, which is a conversation between Shiva and Parvati. So this can be a little bit elusive, let's say, for people who aren't interested in reading spiritual texts, but nonetheless, the meditations are made for everyone. And the point of having 112 of them within the book is because you just need one meditation that works for you. And so within the 112, you're sure to find one that works for you. So over the next months, I guess, since there's 112 of them, I will be going through these meditations and breaking them down and teaching you how to use these meditations in your daily life so you don't have to read through this book and go through it all and pick it apart, because it is not an easy read. And if you are interested in checking out the book, I'll link it below, and it looks like this on Kindle, if you can see that, but no need to read it if you don't want to, because I will be going through all of the meditations over the next however many weeks and months it takes to get through it. So within the book, there's a few things I want to highlight before I get into the meditations about this book. If you're not interested in this, just skip ahead to the next video and we'll get into meditation number 1 right away. But for those who want to know a little bit more about the book and the spiritual side of things, stick around, because I'm going to be going into some of the things that popped out for me in the book. I wanted to start by reading one of the passages from the introduction in the book, because I think it really touches on the core of why we meditate and what we're looking to quote unquote achieve. You're not really trying to achieve anything with meditation, but this would be considered what you're working towards. So, no situation or problem causes us suffering. It is our thought about it that causes us pain. Remove the thought and we are at peace. The greater control we have over our minds, the more peace and joy we experience. When the mind is completely stilled, we experience bliss. So I find this to be a very beautiful passage because it really encompasses why we meditate. And we experience so much pain and suffering in our daily lives that comes from the mind. And when we start to build this space and this stillness through our meditation practice, this pain and this suffering that we experience in our mind starts to dissipate. So we start to have less and less of it because we're starting to create space and see the patterns that our mind goes down. And we have the space to see that our thoughts aren't always true, and our emotions come and go, just like the sensations of our body. And with all of this, seeing that it's temporary, you don't hold on to the pain of it. You allow it to just move through you. So I found that to be a really beautiful passage that I wanted to start this journey out on, because it really shows why we go down this path of learning to meditate and learning to still the mind. The main point of these meditations and this book in general is that this book touches on the topic of finding happiness and our path to searching for happiness as humans, as well as enlightenment, if that is what you are after with your happiness. This is a path to God, let's say. You can replace that word with any word that you use to fill in for your word for God. Can be the universe, to source, enlightenment, whatever you want to call it. This book's idea and the tantric idea is to lead us to that ultimate happiness. So these meditations are in the end meant to bring us to this happiness. So if you are interested in learning these 112 tantric meditations, go ahead and subscribe to the channel so that you continue to get notified whenever I upload a new meditation. So I hope that you enjoy this series, and I can't wait to share all these meditations with you. So thank you for joining, and I will see you in the first meditation.